to being suspect number one while Willow goes free.
Aren't you worried about the impact on the kids?
I'm always going to make sure those kids are okay. There may be a moment or two of confusion, but it'll be worth it. Willow will be free. She'll be with her children. And it will shift blame back to Michael, where it belongs.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. And welcome to Soul Caps, y'all. So let's talk about this one. So we'll talk about, I might end up doing a video on Michael and Nina's conversation as well a little bit later. Yeah, I might end up doing that one separately. I thought about actually merging these two together, but I think I'm going to do that one separately. So I'm just going to probably try to do these a little quicker than the last few videos I've done, because I went into some deep dives because I started talking about the murder mystery. So let's talk about just what they were talking about at hand here and try to leave the murder mystery out of it. Now, Nina was with Drew at Crimson after Drew was doing his usual threats to Jacinda, and Nina had to break that whole thing up. So Drew was a little bit frustrated going into the office because he couldn't understand why Jacinda was there. And so they started working on a new plan, right? So, I would, here's the thing. I was mad at Nina in this episode, but I understand Nina because she's gonna try to make it to where her daughter's innocent. So I wasn't too mad about that because I know her motive, right? But it still pissed me off a little bit, like Sonny did, and obviously Chase. We're gonna talk about Chase again too. We gotta talk about Chase, man. That'll probably be the next video. But anyway, so they were talking about how they were going to put Michael in a position where he be the one. He be the prime suspect again, and they get Willow off, right? So they started thinking about his relationship with Jacinda, right? And they were talking about how, like, Michael wanted his reputation tarnished by a sex worker and everything like that, making him the main suspect, and Drew shooting again. So basically, they were figuring out some ways where Jacinda basically where Michael will have to send her away, right? So they're going to try to figure out a way for Michael to send her away. And I don't know how they're going to do this, like Nina specifically, but it is interesting because I don't think Michael going to fall for it just because he needs Jacinda as his alibi. I mean, he paid her a lot of money just to even stay in town. So, I definitely, actually, no, he didn't pay her, right, guys? Because she said she'll do it on her own free will. I can't remember. I forgot. I don't remember Jacinda ever taking money from Michael to stay in town. I don't remember that. But y'all can let me know in the comment section below if she did. Because I don't remember that little detail in their agreement for her to stay in town. But it's crazy because they coming up with this plan. I don't know how it's going to work when Michael needs Jacinda. But they think it's going to be the way for Michael to be away from Jacinda and he becomes the prime suspect again. Because they're figuring like Jacinda's going to ruin his reputation and ruin the family's reputation. He can't tolerate that. So they're thinking he's going to put that as a priority over his association with Jacinda. But that's why it's interesting what Nina ended up seeing a little bit later on in the episode and why I think it's going to be hard for her to get this done. Drew's on board with it because he's going to, whatever it takes to get Michael locked up, he's going to fucking take. But I think he's going to be disappointed that this ain't going to work for Nina. at all. But we'll talk about Michael's conversation with Nina a little bit later. But go ahead and give me your thoughts on this. Man, Nina was pissing me off, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way above with y'all. She was pissing me off. But go ahead and give me your thoughts on this. Get this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching this one. So, Caps, yeah.